Many of us hold a powerful yet utterly false belief about memory. We imagine our brains work like a high-definition video camera. We think that when we remember, we are simply pressing play on a recording stored neatly in a mental library. This idea is comforting. It suggests our past is a reliable archive. We trust this internal footage, believing it to be an objective truth we can access at will. The details of our first day of school, the exact words spoken in an argument last week. This notion, however, is a grand illusion. Your brain is not a passive recording device. It doesn't store memories as complete, pristine files. There is no cerebral hard drive where you can find the Thanksgiving 1998 file. The act of remembering is not one of simple playback. It is a creative, reconstructive process. So, if memories aren't video files, what are they? To understand this, we must journey into the brain itself. Think of neurons as the primary storytellers of your mind. You have about 86 billion of these specialized cells. They are constantly communicating with one another. When you experience something, the smell of baking bread, the sound of a loved one's laugh, the feeling of sunshine on your skin, a specific group of neurons fires in a unique pattern. This isn't random, it's a coordinated dance. This initial firing is the first draft of a memory. It's fleeting, temporary. This is short-term memory. You can remember a phone number just long enough to dial it but forget it moments later. For that experience to become lasting, it needs permanent ink. This process is called consolidation. Imagine a vast network of lights. An experience causes specific lights to flash. Consolidation wires those lights together more strongly. Memories aren't stored in one spot. Visual parts in visual cortex, emotions in amygdala, sounds in auditory cortex. A memory is a widespread neural network, a coalition of neurons bound by shared experience. Let's zoom in closer to the microscopic gaps between neurons. These spaces are called synapses. When neurons fire, neurotransmitters, chemical messengers, are released across these synapses. Those neurotransmitters strengthen the connection. The more a pathway is activated, the more robust it becomes. Think of forging a path through dense forest. First time is difficult. Walk it daily, and you wear down the undergrowth. This process, long-term potentiation, is the physical basis of learning and memory. These connections give memories context. Your grandmother's apple pie isn't just about taste. It's linked to her kitchen, her voice, the feeling of warmth and love. When you recall the pie, you activate associated networks, bringing floods of sensations. This web of connections constantly changes. New experiences form new connections. Old, unused pathways weaken over time, a process known as forgetting. Your brain isn't a static library, it's a dynamic ecosystem. The symphony of signals across trillions of synapses constitutes your thoughts, skills, and identity. One of the most surprising truths revealed by neuroscience: memories are incredibly malleable. Far from being stable records, they're dynamic and subject to change every time we access them. The act of recalling a memory is not neutral. When you bring a memory to mind, the neural network becomes temporarily unstable. In this fragile state, it can be updated before it's stored again, a process called reconsolidation. Imagine you have a fond memory of childhood vacation. Years later, a sibling reminds you of an argument that happened on that trip. The next time you recall that vacation, the memory may be different. The new information becomes incorporated. This malleability makes us susceptible to false memories. Research shows it's surprisingly easy to plant fabricated memories. Using suggestion and imagination, psychologists convince subjects to remember events that never happened. This isn't a broken brain, it's a system designed for flexibility, not perfect accuracy. Understanding that memory is constructive, not recording, has profound implications for daily life. It changes how we approach learning, resolve disagreements, view personal growth. Since memory is built on strengthened connections, we can be intentional about creating them. Instead of cramming, which creates weak pathways, use spaced repetition. This builds stronger, more durable connections. Engaging multiple senses, reading aloud, drawing diagrams, associating with places, creates richer neural networks. This understanding fosters greater empathy in relationships. In disagreements, both individuals report honest, constructed realities. Their brains encoded events through different filters. Acknowledging memory's subjectivity de-escalates conflict. It shifts from who is right to what are our different perspectives. Embracing memory science allows us to be kinder to ourselves. We can stop berating ourselves for forgetting. Because memories are malleable, we can reframe negative experiences and change narratives that hold us back. Our past is not a static anchor but a living story. By understanding how it's written, we gain the power to help write the next chapter,